Last week, we did talk about having fuzzy carpeted Gate to Win mats.
But we also have fuzzy Kraken mats and fuzzy original logo mats too on the site.
So you can go check those out right now and still get some Gate to Win stuff too.
As well.
Yes.
Yes. Welcome to Play to Win, where we play to win. I'm Dylan.
And I'm Cam. This week, we got 2 games of cEDH for you again, and we're playing with Senpapi Gabe.
I would have to like redirect my only one camera. I'm Senpapi Gabe. I make skits online about whatever I'm hyperfixating on. As far as upcoming events, I'm going to be at MagicCon Vegas, so I hope to see you guys there. I hope to see everybody there. Thank you guys so much for having me. It was a blast.
This video is brought to you in part by Dragon Shield. Use code PLAYTOWIN5 at the affiliate link down below for 5% off to help support the show.
And check us out on Dragon Shield to support us directly. What? No. Well, you can do that too, but check us out on Patreon to support us directly and get awesome extra perks like access to the Chill to Win series where we played 2 more games with Gabe, so you should go watch them too.
So we have Nate on Magda. It's Dwarfin time. I'm playing Banana Terra Cotta Pie. Cam's on ETALI, Dan Vega's Mega Money Quiz, and Gabe is on SCION of the cEDH. Any pre-games?
Yeah, I do have a pregame.
Yeah, I got a Gemstone Caverns, and I'm gonna pitch this Carplusian Forest.
Gemstone Caverns as well. I'm going to be pitching this Badlands.
I draw Great Furnace as my land for turn. Promox. Imprinting Zoya's Justice, Dwarven Trader, and Dwarven Scorcher. I will pass.
Draw card. Command Tower. I have an Imperial Seal. I'll go to 38 and go search. I found a card. It's going to go on top of my library, and I will pass. Oh, man, I really hope you don't have turn 1 ETALI. Well, honestly, if you do, it's fine. Pass turn.
I will draw. Cast a Delighted Halfling. Play a Mana Confluence as my land. Pass the turn.
I'll draw Wooded Foothills. Bracket. Value comes in. Arcane Signet. Tap that for Noble Hierarch. Pass turn after that.
Untap. Upkeep. I will draw. Play a Treasure Vault as my land for turn. Cast Magda. Go to combat. I'm going to attack Dylan. 4.
How many treasures do you make?
2.
Take 4 and go to 34.
Now pass turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw a card. Scalding Tarn. Pass my turn.
All right, I'll get a draw. Tinderwall. Play Cradle as my land. I'll pay 3 mana, losing 1 life to 39. I'll cast Jessica's Will on the mana side, targeting Dylan. So I'll make 5 red, 6, 7 red. Tap Delighted Halfling for a red that's uncounterable. That's a chunky.
Wild Growth and Simian Spirit Guide are pretty bad, but Jessica's Will and Panharmonicon are pretty good.
I'm gonna cast all 4 of these spells. Jessica's Will's going on the stack first, so it resolves last. And then Panharmonicon, and then Wild Growth, and then the Simian Spirit Guide. Wild Growth is targeting my Gemstone Caverns.
I'm going to fetch this here. 33. I'll find Volcanic Island, flash in Orcish Bowmaster. This was the card that I Imperial Sealed for. I was starting to get a little bit afraid of Magda and was afraid that Magda would kind of get out of control, so I got the Bowmaster. Wrong move. I shouldn't have done that. I should have looked for advantage and ignored Magda and say, I hope somebody else deals with it. Looking back, it was like the obvious wrong choice, but in the moment, I was like, we need to deal with Magda or we're going to die.
Nate's already in a point where on his next turn, he's going to have 5 treasures with Magda, but now I have a chunky and a Panharmonicon.
And you don't really care about Bowmaster at all, and it doesn't actually help me win the game. At best, it slows down one other person.
I get where you're going with this, yeah.
On enters, I will target Magda. Pass priority on the other stuff.
Simian Spirit Guide enters, Wild Growth, Panharmonicon, and now Jessica's Will targeting Dylan.
Yep, I have 4 cards.
I go back up to 5 red, and then I exile the top 3 because this time I have my commander. So here's Harrogast, Arcane Signet, and Elvish Mystic. Cast Harrogast, emerging it by sacrificing Chunky and paying 2 red mana. I think I'm gonna do it because I'm an idiot. So I'm gonna exile. I'm gonna exile Snow-Covered Mountain and Underworld Breach.
Oh,
Nice. Okay.
And I'm gonna draw 3 cards.
3 Bowmaster triggers. 2 of them is certainly going at that Delighted Halfling. Nate, I'll deal damage to that one on the right because he's harmed me before.
I'm going to sack it in response, targeting Orcish Bowmaster.
I'll pay the 2 life now. Fine, whatever. 31, and I don't get that last counter.
I'm gonna cast Chunky from my command zone, emerging Harrogast, so it costs 9 less. I have 2 Chunky triggers.
First hit looks like duddish, for at least from us.
You got an enslaved dwarf if you want it.
Ignoble Hierarch.
Cast Ignoble Hierarch, leave the rest in exile. And now there's a second Chunky trigger. I found my Deflecting Swat.
Yeah, Demonic Tutor.
Docky Voidwalker.
Adaptive Automaton.
I'm gonna cast not deflecting swap, but the rest of them. So Dothy, I'm gonna say Shaman, and then I have a Demonic Tutor from Dylan.
Panharmonicon is a weird one, but I feel like it's showing right here in this game in particular why it's good.
Yeah, I've really liked it as a way to make sure that I can keep going when my first chunky trigger is just like dead nothing like we just saw. Yeah. And now, thanks to Panharmonicon, I got the Demonic Tutor that I'm really looking for here.
Yeah, it's pretty unlikely that out of 4 free spells, you won't get anything that's relevant, but it's especially unlikely that out of 8 free spells, you won't get something relevant to help you keep going, right?
And it helps as Mind Break Trap protection too, because if they Mind Break Trap the 4 cards you get off the first one, you still have a second one that they can't Mind Break Trap now.
As long as you play around the Mind Break Trap first and your ETALI isn't the 3rd spell of your turn, and then, right? But yes, you're right, you can play around that.
That's why I hate Seething Song.
Let's find a card.
So Demonic Tutor goes to my graveyard.
Actually, Dothy's on the board to go exile.
Oh yeah, Dothy's on the board,
It's
so
in the
Demonic Tutor.
zone.
Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah, Dothy's on the. Oh, that's so good.
Here's a Lotus Petal. Crack Lotus Petal for a green mana and use my last floating red Molten Duplication targeting Chunky. Copy of Chunky will stick around, and I'll have 2 more Chunky triggers.
Birds of Paradise.
Treasonous Ogre.
I got another dwarf.
You got a silence.
Look at that.
I am going to cast all of these. Dwarven Armorer, Treasonous Ogre, Silence, and then a Bop. One more.
You got another Cinnamon Spirit Guide.
I found a Squee.
That's a Chain of Vapor.
You got a swords.
Exile Chain of Vapor. I will Swords to Plowshares the Orcish Bowmaster, and I will cast my Squee, cast another Simian Spirit Guide.
Swords resolves on my Bowmaster, exiling it, and I'll gain life.
Chunky will cost 11 mana, so I'll have to pay 33 life going to 6. That's a Chunky.
Valley Flood Caller.
I found a Heat Shimmer from mine.
Colossal Grave Reaver.
Okay, I'm just moving this to exile. It's Dampening Sphere.
I have a Flood Caller, I have a Heat Shimmer targeting Chunky, and I have this Colossal something. Big Dragon. First mill only gets me my Birds of Paradise. The second mill gets me my... Look at this. 3 Simian Spirit Guides.
You get 2 triggers because I have Panharmonicon. It's not just a chunky doubler. Every enter the battlefield trigger that happens, I get 2 of.
Heat Shimmer on Chunky now. 2 more triggers. And the tally's back in the zone. I found a Pyroblast.
Ragavan.
3-tree mascot for me.
Tainted Pact.
Only casting Tainted Pact. Let's go with this Tainted Pact. Oh, nice. Okay, there's Food Chain. So another Chunky trigger.
Ad nauseum.
I found a Wheel of Fortune.
Trick Serenade.
Masswood Nexus.
I'm going to cast Masswood Nexus and no other spells. 1 more ETALI. Found a Blood Moon.
Gifts Ungiven and Vampiric Theater.
And a Roaming Throne.
Gifts Ungiven is really good with that big dragon.
And now there's a Roaming Throne that I just found too. This is crazy.
Cast Roaming Throne, which when it enters will name Dinosaur. And by the way, everything is a dinosaur.
What gives everything all dinosaurs?
The Maskwood Nexus
The
that I cast from Nate.
Nexus.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's a dinosaur now.
Everything's
Holy
a dinosaur.
Shit. Okay.
Then Gifts Ungiven. My Gifts Ungiven pile is Rionia Fire Dancer and Hellkite Courser.
Just doing, they both go to the graveyard.
Big dragon triggers. And put Rionia into play. Go to combat. Rionia triggers and it's gonna target ETALI. And that will create 9 copies of ETALI. That means that I'll get 27 ETALI triggers.
All right, first one.
I have a Flinthorn Elf.
You have a Lightning Greaves.
Vampiric Tutor for me.
Guys, I'm out of these dry erase tokens that baby. Here's a Greaves. Thoracle can stay in exile. I flipped over Flinthorn Elf, and I will cast this Vamp Tutor just to make things a little easier, I think. I'll go to 4 life then. Card goes on top. Chunky trigger number 2 out of 27. I flip over a Mox Diamond.
Intuition.
Demonic Consultation.
The Untimely Malfunction will destroy Gabe's Soul Ring so that he feels like he didn't come on the show.
That's an Arcane Signet.
Oh, shit. Okay. Well, then, yeah, I'll destroy that. I have to discard a card to my Mox Diamond. I have a basic forest that's going. And then Intuition is still going to target Dylan. Lion's Eye Diamond, Disciple of Freyalise, Eternal Witness, I guess.
Disciple for at least.
Big Dragon trigger to return Eternal Witness to play, giving me 3 Eternal Witness triggers because it's a dragon. I'm going to put Rite of Flame, Lotus Petal, Cursed Mirror back into my hand. And I have flash speed. In response to 25 triggers, Lotus Petal. Sacrifice Lotus Petal to cast a Rite of Flame. Use my Mox Diamond for a green and cast a Food Chain. But here's the problem. I can't cast ETALI at instant speed.
I think this is fine. This is your winning in the main. We have the win condition on board. You just have to do it in main 2.
This is technically 100 more spells I have access to.
Nice. Good
This is
game.
the craziest ETALI game I've ever played. Holy shit.
Yeah, that should do it. That should be enough.
Yeah, Rionia copying ETALI, getting 3 ETALI triggers per enter is the craziest thing I've ever done with this
And you
deck.
had already cast like 9 spells or something that turn, so there was already so many. Yeah, we could have waited and watched you cast 100 spells and then move to your main phase 2 and then just win with the squeeze food chain line, but
We're not trying to have an 11-hour cEDH game.
yeah, let's just move on to the next game. I have a pregame. Here's a Gemstone Caverns, and I'll just get rid of this Worldly Tutor. See, I'm not the threat.
All right, I'll draw. Chrome Mox. Put Destiny Spinner under. Mox Diamond. Pitch a Beseju. Land for turn. Jessica's Will targeting Nate. 7. Guys, you're not gonna believe this. No, but I don't think you are. I'm gonna use the 7 mana to cast a Chandra Flame Shaper.
Oh. We're just trying shit now.
At this point, yeah, the first game went so well.
7 mana Mythic Rare? Let's try it out.
I'm just gonna play it. Yeah, it does 3 really good things though.
I kind of honestly, yeah, let's see how it plays.
Plus up Chandra to 8. Add 3 red. Exile the top 3 cards of my library. Llanowar Elves, Carplusian Forest, and Cavernous Souls. I can play them this turn. I don't like any of them. Cool, take it away.
Draw Urza Saga, a Mana Volt, Lotus Petal right now, and pass the turn.
Draw for turn. Play Cavernous Souls. Naming Dwarf. Play Bloodfire Dwarf. Pass.
Draw card. I will play Gemstone Mine, Gemstone deck. Cast Fellwar Stone, removing 1 counter from the Gemstone Mine. Pass my turn.
Today, draw. Plus Chandra up to 10. And exile the top 3 cards of my library. I can play one of them this turn. Choose the Shifting Woodlands to play. Green mana with Simian Spirit Guide.
Green mana with Simian Spirit Guide.
Classic.
Classic.
Typical.
That's a chunky. I found Food Chain.
Of course.
Entomb.
Dwarven Scorcher.
Birds of Paradise for
Oh
me. Entomb.
my god, we did it. We did
That's
it all.
perfect. Dude, what a tally flip. Food Chain and Entomb. Holy
I
hell.
literally could not have asked for more of a gimme here.
We did it already. Food Chain, we'll cast. Bop, we'll cast.
On cast of Food Chain, I have a response.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Crack the Lotus Petal. I'm gonna Swan Song it.
Food Chain goes to the graveyard. I get a bird. Here's a bop and a dwarf. I get an Entomb still. Electro Duplicate in my graveyard. I will pass the turn then.
Looking back, I wonder, and I should have spoken up too, so this is my mistake. I wonder if we should have countered the Entomb instead, because you have the Shifting Woodlands out, so you can have it become a copy of the Food Chain at some point in the future.
Well, clearly I wasn't thinking that far ahead, because instead of getting Squee with Entomb, I just got another chunky for my next turn.
Which honestly makes more sense anyway, because you don't have Delirium yet, so I think
guess
that's fine.
that's also true.
It's a lose-lose. You've gotten 2 really good things. If we counter the Entomb instead, then you have Food Chain in play. Like, you're gonna find Squee eventually, so both are bad. I don't know which one's right.
Untap. Mana Confluence. Tap it for Ignoble Hierarch. Pass turn.
Untap. Withdraw. Play Mountain as my land for turn. A Metallic Mimic. Can enter and say Dwarf. And then I'll pass.
Untap. Draw card. Taiga. Gemstone for a black. Cast Necropotence. Exile this Elvish Spirit Guide for a green. Cast this Grim Monolith. I think I'm going to pay a modest 10 life with Necro. 9, 10. I'll go to my end step. Pick them up. Discard, exile, Mox Diamond, Mana Confluence, Wild Growth, and Dark Ritual are all gone forever.
Go to my turn, get a draw. I'll play Catacombs and fetch. Go down to 39. Go find my Taiga. Oh, I cut right to it. Have Chandra tick up to 11 so that she can target Chunky to try to make a token copy of him.
That looks really good because you can't really counter the Chandra ability. I mean, like, technically, but like, there's no, right? Like, that's, you get to sneak that in kind of for no mana on that turn and uncounterably so.
Right, the bounce would still work, but it's not going to put me down a card because I still have an 11 loyalty Planeswalker in play.
I'm starting to see it. I'm
going to have the token copy of Chunky stick around and say that's a Chunky. Smothering Tithe, Hearse, Enlightened Tutor, and Ragavan. I will cast all of these spells. Here's Smothering Tithe. There's a Hearse. I'm going to search my library for an artifact or enchantment and put it on top. I'm going to find a Curse Mirror. Flashback, Electro Duplicate on my Chunky. So we get another Chunky trigger. Find Cursed Mirror.
Delighted Halfling.
Oh, dude, you got more mana. I got a Cormox.
Arcane Signet from me.
Arcane Sig we have now. We have D-Half, and I got the Chrome Mox Lightning Bolt underneath. Curse Mirror enters as a copy of Chunky, and to the legend rule, I'll have the Curse Mirror copy die, giving me Delirium officially.
Nice.
Now there's another Etali trigger.
Mox Amber, more mana.
Pale Warstone.
Oh my god, we're doing it.
You took Blood Moon out of the deck, right? Because you don't even cast it here. You leave it in exile.
Because it was gonna mess up my whole Shifting Woodlands thing.
I feel like Shifting Woodlands has become good enough where like Blood Moon is a little bit worse now.
And I don't feel like I need 2 of that effect in the deck. Like I'm still on Magus, and that's something that like at least is gonna be harder to counter.
I will have my Shifting Woodlands become a copy of Food Chain. I'll exile my copy of Etali to make 8 mana, and then use this bird to make the 9th. Recast Chunky. Oh, Tainted Pact finds me the Goblin. Okay.
That's pretty good.
I will cast Overlord of the Baelmerk. I will cast Lotus Petal. Tainted Pact's gonna resolve last. I'm gonna do the Overlord first. Jaxus is already in play. It's mill 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then any creature. Only creature is Flinthorn Elf. And then we're gonna Tainted Pact until we find the Goblin. There we go.
There he is.
Boom.
You put it in your hand?
No, this is the... No, not this one. Not this one. Not this one. Fury's the card I'm putting in my hand.
Great.
Everything else is exiled. Exiled Jaxus to cast the Squee from exile, and then I will infinitely cast Squee with my copy of Food Chain, make infinite mana, and then Etali infinitely again.
We're dead?
We're dead.
You guys are dead.
Nice.
2 wins with the Tally seems to be what I can do.
Yeah, I mean, when Etali plays like this, it feels unstoppable. It's like unbeatable when it has these games. Like, you even tried to go, you could have won on turn 2 if there was no interaction, and there was, so you just won on turn 3. Maybe I should have Necro deeper to like really hope that I find Mindbreak Trap, but I feel confident that on that first Necro, when I can't win the game, I'm really just supposed to dig for a nice full hand and like, I don't know, hope that I find interaction or hope that I can just untap. I don't know.
I feel like that is hard to Necro for 30 and like trying to find an answer for someone instead of proactively trying to win the game.
Yeah, like that's not really a good recipe, I don't think.
So this really just all came together for Chunky today. I really like the new Chandra. I really liked Harrogast. These are some new additions to the deck that I've added since we did the Chunky episode on the podcast, and they seem to go really well at letting you continue to snowball your game plan after you kind of like slow down a little bit.
Yeah, I kind of like looking at it as like it's really a ramp deck, like through and through. Like that's what it is. But like Etali is just your best ramp target, and it's always in the command zone. But sometimes when Etali costs 11, or when you want to set up for a future turn, some of these other ones can be really good.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks, Gabe, for bearing witness to Etali.
Appreciate it. We'll get you on for some more games in the future.
Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to support us directly, you can do so on Patreon, like our $100 patrons.
Mr. Jerby, Ben Gillette, The Card Book, Cookbook, Penguin Man, 0089, Eli the Magic Eye, David Newman, Pat Fire, Spangler, Demetrius Clark, Larceny Roars, Your Boy Blue, Sparky B, Insomnia, SC Phillip, Only Groupie, Gecko21, Zach Hartley, Reactive, Sean in the Ice, Scarebear Garrett, Luke Cook, Connor Sitbon, Joshua Day, Peter Stewart, Corner Wild, Uncle Butts, Kawaja A. Hamid, Scott Hawk, and Baby G-Bus.
If you want to pick up any of our merch, you can do that at playtowinmtg.com.
Thank you, Dragon Shield, for supporting the show. Use code PLAYTOWIN5 at our affiliate link for 5% off.
Follow us on social media for more content.
And thank you for watching.
See you next time.
We talk about our $50 Patreons. John Colbaum, The Gaming King of Joe, Sarcastic, Dilbop, Mystic Muffin Man, Zachary Coulson, Jabaha, Mace the Ace, Salton Poti, Justin, Man Solo, Ace, John Wildfang, Thomas Bueno, and David Nelson. Thank you.
Better to be lucky than be good. I thought we flowed nicely.